Right, so 2008 Audi TTS. Now, I got an email about this car in January this year, right? 6 months or so ago. And I bought it recently, quite a while ago. I'm going to talk about all of this shortly. But one, really interesting story behind this car. And two, it's a proper cool car, isn't it? Let's get on with it. So this video has been filmed before. In fact, let's not talk about that bit yet. That's the juicy part, yeah? Because cameraman Amar is in the room and we're going to talk about him shortly as well, yeah? So Audi TTS, yeah? I got an email on January the 10th, 2023. It's from one of my subscribers, Matt. And Matt said to me, Calvin, I've got a car. I'm after £7,000 for it. Is that too much for a Planet of Dreams car? And he sent me pictures, and I looked at the pictures, I thought, look at that car for £7,000. I'll put the pictures up on the screen now. And I thought, honestly, what a lovely looking thing. And I've always thought TTs always look modern for their time, even the Mark 1s. Obviously this is a Mark 2, but Mark 1s were made, I think they come out in about 1998, and they were made up until 2006. They always look really modern, yeah? Matt sent me this email about this car. This really sad story, not really behind the car, but behind Matt. And I will put clips of him throughout the video where I can as well. Matt basically had lost his sister recently, and he just was going through a bit of a change in life. And part of that change was getting rid of his Audi TT, okay? And he mentioned that in the initial email, and I thought, hold on, we've got a TTS here, we've got a subscriber, there's a story behind him, I want to meet this guy, and I genuinely want to buy the car. But at that point in time, we was at the old yard, it was January, and I had so much going on. I said, Matt, do you mind if we just put this off until we've moved to the new yard, we've settled in, and we've got a place to film, and we can get you down and film a proper video. So he was proper sound, honestly, proper nice guy. Matt came down, I think it was in May, maybe, so a couple of months back, and we were in here before we had all the paint done on the wall and stuff, and I wandered around it. I've had a good look over it. It needed the wheels doing, they needed refurb. And by the way, it's got the TTRS wheels, it's got the TTRS rear spoiler in carbon. So all of this stuff, I thought, this is such a wicked car. Even the fact that it's black, it still has all the little satin touches as well. And I think it's that TTRS style front grille. Yeah, it comes with a TTS plate. He wanted £7 for it. He'd come down, we filmed a whole video talking about doing a deal on this car. I'll tell you how much I paid for it shortly. That video was obviously quite a significant video, yeah? And Amar, my cameraman, he's smiling, he is smiling. You know, part of learning is you have to make mistakes, yeah? I'm genuinely supportive of that. But this mistake is one mistake that I really wish Amar didn't make. He actually lost the footage for the video, yeah? How do you feel about that? And then literally on the same week, yeah, literally on the same week, I got this comment on the video, and I thought, how ironic. Have you seen this comment, Amar? Do you know what I'm about to say? Has name 1471 said, Cal, you need to introduce us to your cameraman. Videos are top quality. He needs some praise. So. So during the process between January when this car, the initial email got sent to me, and today, during that process, Amar joined us at Binker, and he's a wonderful guy. Like genuinely, let's get Amar on camera. Let's get a little smiley picture. This is me and Amar.
You're lucky I got my trim as well.
Amar got his trim. He is new to the job. I don't know how he managed to win getting the job, but he's a proper nice guy. I spent a lot of time with him, and he did get some stick for losing that footage. So we're here today. You hit the record button, Amar, yeah? We're recording, yeah? We don't want to lose this. So we're here today, refilming the TTS video, and as we go, I will insert even little clips and thoughts from the initial video when we done the deal with Matt. So obviously, as mentioned, when it came in, the wheels needed a refurb. We've had them done at RRT, shout out to them. Gone for the original look because I really wanted it looking as original as possible. The Audi TTS, I think a stock TT is like a normal Audi TT is 210 horsepower. The TTS is 270 horsepower from factory. This is actually a stage 2 tune car, so it runs at 330 brake horsepower. It's been to VRS already, it's had all the prep done, everything's done, and it's wonderful now. We're gonna go for a drive shortly. We're gonna do draggy times, because I've actually done a stage 2 Audi S3 video where we've done 20 to 70 mile an hour. And I think that done 20 to 70 in about 6.5 seconds. I'll put the exact figure on screen. So we're gonna see how that compares, this compares to that shortly, all right? It's a quick car, honestly, it's a proper quick car. For 330 brake horsepower, don't sound like a lot of power, but it is impressive, all right? So main differences between the TT and the TTS is all of the TTSs are quattro 4-wheel drive. They're 270 brake horsepower, so a bit more power. Visual differences as well, like the front bumper's slightly different, the rear diffuser's slightly different as well. So you've got like, again, like an S3, it's got the S3 style rear diffuser. This one, of course, has got the rear spoiler. Then on the interior, this has got the S-tronic gearbox, which is wonderful. It's got some little features like, turn them lights off. The dials, it's got TTS dials, again unique to the TTS. It's got just little tiny things like right stitching through the leather on the dash there. And do you know what? Going back to the modern look of these cars, the interior, it repeats on the interior as well. It is, I was driving down the road in this car the other day, looking at the shape of the dash, and I feel like it looks like it's out of a 2015 car. It looks so modern. The TTSs actually came out later on in time as well. They came out, I think, in 2008 when this car came out, and then the TTRS come out in 2009. So at this point in time, this was the fastest TT available, all right? So what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna jump in. We're gonna do a car vertical check. A massive thank you to Car Vertical, by the way, for sponsoring this video. We'll link it in the description below. We're gonna do a car vertical check. We're gonna go through HPI as well and do a little spec check, because this car's got some really nice spec options. We're gonna talk about values as well, and then we're gonna go for a drive down to the old site, because I enjoyed that the other day. Gonna go back down there, do our usual route, and do draggy time to see how quickly it does 20 to 70 mile an hour, right? Oh, right. Yeah, we had another Planet Dreams logo painted on the wall there. I don't know if you lot have seen that yet. You've seen it now, haven't you? Because we take a lot of the Planet Dreams photos there. But anyway, so where do we start? Amar's popped in to get his lunch now. He feels a bit silly, but you know what? He's a lovely guy, and I thought, I've got to give him a bit of abuse online. So where should we start anyway? Let's start with spec, because this car has got some pretty nice spec options, although the TTSs are pretty well spec'd anyway. That white stitching, love that white stitching. They've got back seats, these cars. By the way, they're 150, about 150 kilos lighter than an Audi S3, and the Audi S3 that we've done draggy times on was also a Planet Dreams car, so it'd be interesting, I know I've said that already, to see how it compares. We'll talk about that shortly. Did I just go off track there? I did just go off track. Let's just talk about specs. So screen recording. This car was 32.5 grand new, 3.5 grand's worth of options. Optional equipment cost, oh my God, consisted of 1,400 quid for that the S-tronic gearbox, £1,400. They would have come with a manual gearbox as standard, but this one's obviously got the S-tronic, which is amazing. Pearl effect paint. Oh right, so it's black pearl. That's cool. Bose surround system. Is that right? Oh no way, I didn't even notice. The music probably just came on there. Conveniently, when we're talking about speakers, 475 quid. Mobile telephone preparation. That's cool, isn't it? £385. Acoustic parking, rear only. Parking sensors on the back, 300 quid. Audi Symphony radio. We don't actually have that radio. We've got a Kenwood stereo, which is really good. But one of the things that this car did need doing when I bought it was the stereo needed recoding, because apparently I think it had a new battery or something. What was quite nice about this car as well, which I didn't mention, is 1, subscriber, 2, lovely guy, 3, cool car, 4, is VRS have actually maintained this car previously. So Will, I spoke to Will about this car, and he's like, yeah, I know that car, I know the guy, he's a proper sound. And then yeah, we had a bit of background there for the car as well, which is always helpful. iPod connection, mobile telephone cradle, which I don't think exists. Oh, that's what that is there, maybe. Is that what that is? You can put your phone in there, possibly. Gonna just touch on the modern look of these dials and stuff, by the way, again. Really nice. It's got heated seats. Must have come with heated seats as standard. Black Napa leather, phantom black pearl effect, which we've already mentioned. That's all good. And we head over to the car vertical check. Now, big shout out to Car Vertical for sponsoring this video. As mentioned, I will link them in the description below. Use my code CCD to get a little discount on your car check. I highly recommend you do these checks, especially when buying older cars. Use just anything, use cars in general. Do your checks. You can see here, it's not been stolen. Loads of green ticks. Not been stolen. The mileage hasn't been clocked. I haven't even talked about the mileage yet, have I? I ain't even mentioned the mileage. So much to talk about in this video. The mileage of this car is 74,505. Really good mileage for the age of the car, and it's correct according to Car Vertical. No finance and no damage, so it is all up to date. The last known mileage was 71,304 miles. That's probably the MOT. And then below that, it's got the whole timeline of events from the day it was manufactured back in 2008, January 2008. So, I will show you some examples of a smashed up Audi TT. Obviously, they're the sort of pictures that you want to be looking out for when buying yourself a used car. Let's now head over to EnterEdge, which is my platform that we use in the car trade. EnterEdge.com, great platform as a buyer. It's wonderful. You can buy cars on there, sell cars on there, manage all your books, value cars, buy cars off private sellers. We're building a directory, so if you're a private seller, you want to sell your car, go to EnterEdge.com because you'll be linked with your most relevant car buyer in the country. I will link EnterEdge as well in the description below. Audi TTS, here we go. So here's all the details of the car and the valuations. It's just showing several valuations. It looks like I've booked it a few times. The valuation of this car in below average condition in the trade, according to CAP, is $5.5 grand, and then in clean condition is £7,000, which was what Matt wanted for the car. The retail value according to CAP is 9.5. Then according to Auto Trader is 10,600. So there's a massive difference there. I did have a quick look on Auto Trader, and check this out, by the way. Let's check this out. This is Robbie Williams' Rolls-Royce Wraith. Yeah, that's actually his old car. Check that. The reason why that's on my screen is because my dream car is a Rolls-Royce Wraith. I've just always wanted one. I've always thought if you're gonna go for a car for your daily driver, you want the best, and the best is a Rolls-Royce Wraith. But this car here was actually his old car, and you can see in the headrest there, Starlight headlining, that's actually his signature. And this is an inspired by music car, which was, I had one on my channel before, so you can see all the dash, the interior inserts and everything. It's all inspired by music. And you know me, I am obsessed with spec, man. Love spec on cars. Look, there's Robbie himself, look, looking rather scary. I'm obsessed with spec, so look at that. Like copper and brass was used throughout the interior of this car. And yeah, look, so come on, let me entertain you on the dash, on the door card there. That would usually say Rolls-Royce Wraith inspired by music, but on Robbie's one it doesn't. Anyway, so that's why I've been looking at them. I've also been looking at Bentley Bentakers. They're kind of half the money, but similar caliber of car, I suppose. Audi TTS, if you looked at on the market now at these cars, let's just go up to like, say 90,000, we'll be generous, up to 90,000 miles. Audi TTSs, low to height. Convertibles, is that comparable? That's a Cat D car, Cat N car. The cheapest one there is £9,000. That's got the original wheels. The one below that's got the sort of BBS style wheels. So the value of this car, I would comfortably say, is in the region. Yeah, I think the valuations are good. About £10,000. This one's obviously done a bit less mileage than the ones that are on screen now. If we go over to the drag leaderboard, I think that's worth doing. There is an Audi S3 8P facelift, possible stage 2 BHP unknown. That done it in 6.06 seconds. And then the Planet of Dreams Audi S3, which is position 80 there, that done it in 6.47 seconds, stage 2 330 brake car. That was a pre-facelift car. So we're gonna look for sixes, yeah? Look for sixes, that's the plan. I think what we need to do now, I need to get on the road. I'm gonna try and get the window open. In fact, we might even have aircon because I am sweating, man. I am proper sweating. Not even started the engine yet. Let's start the engine, have a little listen to this. See, for a start-up, that's not too savage, and it does not represent, firstly, how well this car drives, and secondly, how good it sounds when you're driving it, right? We've got the downshifts, we've got the upshifts, the little DSG farts like normal, S-tronic farts like you'd expect on this car. But yeah, let me just, let's just hit the road. Got to do something quick. See what I mean about the sound? Listen to them upshifts. It sounds unreal. So we are just passing the old site there on the right, and I've done a video here recently, and a lot of people are like, Cav, you know what? If you get the time, I think time is probably the wrong use of word. If you you get the chance or the opportunity to do that again, please do, because it's wicked. And do you know what, I quite enjoy it as well. It's a little 10-minute journey down the road, but look, you've got nice roads, left bend here, like a little S bend here, and then round to the right, down to second, and then even as you come out, listen, I should really just explore the local roads at the new site, but I'm just so familiar with doing this. And you know what, like, we're all creatures of habits. Me particularly, because you know, Wednesday, Sunday, keeping like that routine. I like to have a bit of a routine and a bit of consistency, and this little route offered me that for a long time. So turning right now at the I suppose the bumpy road section. By the way, another difference between a TT, a normal TT, and a TTS. I'm doing this because I'm cringing slightly because it's bumpy. Is they're slightly lower. I think about 10 or 15 mil lower than a normal TT, and it's with that you of course get a bit of a firmer ride, but it's part of the parcel, I suppose, to having the S logo on the badge of your cars. Currently showing 29 degrees, by the way. Another little west bend here. Out of there. 29 degrees outside. It's just dropped to 28.5. 28.5 degrees. It is a mega hot day, but that aircon is doing a wonderful job of keeping me cool. But you can see what I mean about the way this thing's driving. For an old car, like this is an old car, 15 years old, is it? 15 years old, and looking modern, driving modern, and something else modern. There needs to be a third one really, but I can't really think of it. Looking modern, driving modern, and being modern. We'll use being modern. Ready? First gear. Listen to that noise, man. Even when you let off a little bit, yeah, it's a bit of like a, it's not very like Jap, it's very German. But there is a, ready? Listen. It's the noise. The noise is all in all. So undo that. Right, let's just do draggy times, yeah? Right, ready? 3, 2, 1. I didn't launch it. Look at them perfect gear changes. I didn't launch it because I want to be nice to it. That little, as you let off, I love that. Run number 1, we done. Oh, wow. What did I want? Low 6s. Did I want lows? May. As ever, it's traditional on this channel to do 3 runs. Every car deserves 3 runs. So we just done run number 1. We've done quite well. To be honest, we've done quite well. We're going to do 2 more, and I'll come back to you shortly to let you know what the quickest one of the 3 was. All right? See you in a bit. Right. So run number 1. Yeah, you ready for this? Run number 1. So it was aiming for 6s. Yeah, it was aiming for 6s. I was thinking we might get a cheeky little 5.9 or something like that. Run number 1. We've done 20 to 70 mile an hour in 5.15 seconds. Right. 5.15 seconds. That is an incredible time. So you saw my face when I'd done run number 1. I was like, what? Is that right? Yes, that was right. Then we've done run number 2. Yeah? Run number 2, we've done 20 to 70 mile an hour. It started with a 4.92 seconds. Right? Then I've done a third and final run. Bearing in mind it is 30 degrees today. It's proper hot. So on a cooler day, it should in theory perform better. I can't see that being possible, but it should. Third and final run, 20 to 70 mile an hour in 4.79 seconds verified. Yeah, 4.79 seconds verified. And if you look at the draggy leaderboard, so we smashed the other two Audi S3s, but they are heavier, as mentioned earlier, and they are both manual gearbox cars. Obviously an automatic gearbox is going to get you through the gears a lot quicker than a manual gearbox, right? Looking at the draggy leaderboard to where 4.79 falls, it is quicker than a Mark 7 Golf R. It's also quicker than a 335D Stage 1, a 650i BMW bi-turbo petrol, Golf GTI Club Sport. No, I can't remember the video on that car, so we won't rule that one out. Audi S3 Avant, yeah, B9, 350 brake. Imagine this going up against that and this beating that. An Audi TT 2015 S-Tronic car, 4.89. Basically, an RS4 B7, a Mark 7.5 Golf R, Andre's M135i, 400 brake horsepower, but I don't know if that was 400 brake horsepower stage 2, so we'll rule that one out. but almost as quick as a Seat Leon Cupra 300 running a stage 1 map, which is 355 brake horsepower. Let me just get that camera switched on at the back, and then we're going to hit the road. Again, 1 second. You know, sometimes you drive a car, depending on how many different types of cars you drive, of course. And sometimes you drive a car and you think, wow, this is fast. Some cars just feel really quick. This is one of them cars. Now, I've driven this car quite a lot actually since we bought it, and I thought this is a proper quick car. It just feels really quick. But I didn't expect it would be that quick. Like, I didn't expect it would smash a stage 2 Audi S3 manual by well over a second and a half. The other car, but yeah, that's really impressive. Also, what we haven't touched on yet is the deal that I've done. Going back to the cap valuations on this car, I think cap below was about 5.5 grand. I think I offered Matt £6,000 for it from memory. Okay, so we're agreed at 6,250, yeah?
Yeah, no, that's sound with me, mate.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah. See, we'd all like more, mate, but you know,
I've gone in with a cheeky bid there.
It's going to a nice place, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Fair play, man.
Someone is either going to win it or going to subscribe or hopefully buy it back, depending on whatever you're doing with it. So
yeah, cool. Sound, man. The deal was basically agreed on the fact that it needed a bit of TLC. Rear spoiler, by the way, that needed re-lacquering, so we've had that done. The brake pads have all been replaced. It's been to VRS, it's been serviced, had the brake pads done, got the stereo done, the wheels been done, just a few little things, bit of prep that they needed doing. I can't honestly remember, firstly, what it needed, because I just looked at the purchasing invoice. It was actually in April that we bought this car, and secondly, what's even been done. We've had quite a bit done to it, but it's now looking good. The plan with the car is, because Matt's done me such a bloody good deal on this car, I said, Matt, you know what? I was going to buy it as a bit of stock. I'm just going to put it on Planet of Dreams, all right? He's a subscriber to the channel. He represents exactly what this car, between him and this car. Him and this car are a perfect representation of what Planet of Dreams is all about. So if you want to be in for a chance of winning this car for nothing, obviously a lot of you are dream catchers. If you're a dream catcher, you've already been entered. This is actually the mystery car that's been lingering on the Planet of Dreams website for the last few weeks. And we're going to be giving it away on Friday, the 14th of July, right? So it's going to be at my car show next Friday. Sorry, it's going to be at my car show next Sunday. So if you want to see it for yourself, obviously a lot of you have bought yourself tickets. If you've not bought yourself a ticket yet for the car show, I will link the car show link in the description below. It'll be at the car show. Then the following Friday, we're going to be announcing when stop sign shows. Well, yeah, there is no stop sign, is there? No? You good, mate? All right, mate? All right, mate? Yeah? Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the week after my car show is the Friday that we're going to be giving this car away, alright? So, yeah, I will link it in the description below, planetdreams.co.uk. Guys, I'm going to have this video done with. I'm well impressed with how it's turned out. Sorry to Matt for, on Amar's behalf, for losing the footage. Yeah, Amar, he does feel silly, but he's, people make mistakes, I suppose. Guys, hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new. I'll see you at my car show next Sunday, and I'll also see you in my next video, alright? Bye.